Just 3 days shy of his 60th birthday, NHRA funny car driver Johnny Gray decided a nice birthday present would be winning the Amalie Oil NHRA Gatornationals funny car title. Gray ran a 4:07.1 in the final round to defeat past NHRA Top Fuel champion Del Worsham, who now drives a funny car for Coletta Motorsports. This was his 4th career national event victory. Gray plans to retire from full-time competition at the end of the season, but he could be back.
Right now I'm still in pretty decent health, and I love to bass fish, and there's a lot of other things I want to do. And, will I ever come back out and play with something or something? That's, who knows? Don called me one time and wanted to do the Wonder Wagon, and he had some clutches to test and a chassis and I don't know what all. And I said, I'm a pretty good guinea pig, so yeah, I'll be there.
Defending NHRA Top Fuel champion Antron Brown scored his first victory of the season by fending off Clay Milliken in the final round. Brown maintained a 3.7-second pace all day long and ran another in the final round with low elapsed time in the final, a 3:76.1 at over 318 miles per hour for the win. This marked his 3rd Gainesville final, including one as a pro stock bike rider.
We wanted to just come out and we know we just wanted to come out here and have some fun, but we had to execute. The Top Fuel class right now, by far, is the toughest it's ever been. And different people are setting low ETs, you don't know what to expect.
The victories by Brown and Gray marked the 200-team victories for owner Don Schumacher. Schumacher, a former funny car driver in the 1970s, has seen a lot of changes in the sport.
You have to look back to those days, and in the early 70s, we had an energy crisis. It was hard to get enough fuel to go down the road. You had to put 300-gallon fuel tanks in the back of your pickup truck, and hopefully you had a buddy at a gas station that would pump that much for you. They were talking about noise pollution, putting mufflers on all of these fuel cars. There were a lot of things going on back then in the love generation, and just think back to the hippie days and everything else. It was a very different time.
For the 2nd time this season, a pair of Alan Johnson Racing Pro Stockers met in the final round. Defending series champion Alan Johnson was lightning quick on the starting line as he beat Jake Coughlin with a 005 reaction time, paired it up with a 6:53.5 at 212 miles per hour. This was the first victory for Johnson as the defending champion.
It's early in the season. We're not really thinking that far forward, but our goal when we come to every race is qualify number 1 and win the race. So in that regard, it played right into our hands.
The Amalie Oil NHRA Gatornationals is the first stop for the Pro Stock bikes, and for Hector Arana Jr., his Lucas Oil-sponsored Buell ran strong all throughout the weekend. After qualifying 2nd, he worked his way through the field, beating a resurgent Steve Johnson for his 4th career title. This weekend was an emotional one for Arana Jr. as he watched his younger brother Adam make his riding debut. In winning, Arana Jr. also raced and beat his father, Hector Sr.
To be able to get all 3 bikes here was an accomplishment in itself, and then to be able to get all 3 qualified was amazing.
The NHRA Pro Modified Series also opened this week with Alanabi Racing's Vaughn Smith defeating the turbo entry of Chip King. Rich McPhillips won the Top Alcohol Dragster crown, defeating Ken Perry. Dan Pompanio was victorious in Top Alcohol Funny Car by beating Todd Benny. Other Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series winners included Frank Aragata Jr. in Competition Eliminator. Anthony Bertozzi was your winner in Superstock. Bo Butner won an all-Ford Cobra Jet final to capture the stock crown. Greg Camplain won Super Comp, while 3rd-generation Jegs team member Troy Coughlin Jr. captured the Super Gas crown. The next stop of the 24-race NHRA Mello Yello Drag Racing Series is the SummitRacing.com NHRA Nationals in Las Vegas, April 5th through 7th. Kathy Fisher, CompetitionPlus.tv.